headset plugged into my phone, trying to figure out why I couldn't hear the game. Anyway, we are ready to go. Dinner's made. Kate's gone. I already took my break and ate. So just this audio. Alright. Let's continue.
Midnight each day.
On Valentine's night,
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're gonna smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home,
David is my husband.
all on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death.
When I'm dancing,
You get this day over and over.
Hilda.
And Laurie just,
naked on the beach.
Hannah.
Is that it for today?
David hunts,
I can change my skin.
then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date.
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did
On
phone
Valentine's Day.
and ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't
He
I?
was preoccupied with finding
Photographs.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it. There's someone else in my hour.
I brought David back to life.
I removed the chains, dressed her.
It was Iris.
We could try shifting now.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Sorry.
We both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind. I'm not broke. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are
Grateful if you could see your way to declaring me
insane, or at least
temporarily insane.
There was no flame. And then there was.
I'll kiss a guy,
I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
and then he just follows me
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore?
wherever I go.
You may just still pull out in front of the driver.
Oh my god, the worst. Let's see, who do we want to talk to first? Alright, so let's evaluate this. Claire murdered her husband. Well, she failed to tell us that. But then when we confronted her, she's like, yeah, I did murder him, but I did a ritual and brought him back. Okay. Bryce is the grave digger for her husband, and he was saying that the casket didn't feel like there was a body in it. But also, I think he's the one that helped her smuggle the body, so technically he wasn't lying, but whatever. This is our assistant. Can't remember much about her, because we barely really talked to her. I think she's new. Whoever this is new. I don't know who the hell that is. Who the hell is this guy? Okay, we got some new people here, I guess, apparently. Nathan, yeah. Nathan needs fucking help. Mariana, she's a little too flirty for me. Eileen, she's a nurse who can... Wait, is this the one? I don't know. Whatever. Alright, let's check the new girl. No, not you. Scarlet. How do I talk to them? I can't remember. I haven't played in a couple. Hold on, what's this? Alright, the loan agreement, toxicology report, crime scene report, Claire's arrest? Oh, yeah. Claire's the wife. And then Dr. Dekker's resignation letter and the Outerby footage. Now the I'll just show you. Sure.
Nothing, of course. The faculty thinks I've gone loopy, like some kind of spongy Mobius strip. That's why I'm here, isn't it, Dr. Dekker? Him, God, the great old one, the elder god, Cthulhu, however you address him. Listen to me! You're not listening! It's your only bloody job! Well, let's call him God. He creates this world for his amusement, something he can play with and occasionally alter to suit his mood. God loves chaos, but something goes wrong. Man and woman evolve. What was once chaotic becomes, well, more ordered. Without chaos, he has less power. When there's too much order, he becomes impotent. So he needs to instill chaos again. And do you know how he does this? No! And yes, but you're being too granular. He needs chaos so he can return, and the only thing stopping him is you. Not just you. You and people like you. Psychiatrists, doctors, nurses. Anyone who is caring for people who are losing their sanity. You have no comprehension how important your job is, do you? He doesn't need your version of insanity to spread. He needs chaos. It's not the same. It's just a means to an end. They're not all cultists, unfortunately. Once you see the truth, it's hard not to spread chaos yourself, to cause further insanity and harm your own. I doubt it. But can I make you question your reality? Definitely. But in doing so, I would be promoting more chaos. On the basis the central component of our universe is chaos, science can only document a perception of the chaos at any one given moment in time. As, by definition, chaos is unpredictable from one moment to the next. Which means that at any given moment, we can choose to alter our perception of the world, no matter how much chaos that would cause. In 10 seconds' time, there will be no gravity in this room, and we will float. 3, 2, 1. You think nothing happened. Where's your glass, Doctor?
So yeah, isn't that creepy? Alright, I can't remember. Hold on. There we go. Who are you?
Scarlet.
Hi, Scarlet.
I haven't been in since he died. Since Dr. Dekker died. Valentine's Day was awful. I had a bit of an accident with a creme brulee torch and had to spend the night waiting in A&E. I melted a nail to my finger. It hurt a lot and needed stitches. It's all fine now, though.
How the hell you do that?
He was a complicated man, as I suppose most people are. His external persona didn't match what he dreamed about.
Yeah, what did Dr. Dekker
His
dream
dreams
about?
were amazing, filled with a spectrum of colours and creatures. It was like Narnia for grown-ups. But that was in the beginning.
What creatures were in Dr. Dekker's dreams?
Fluid, soft, intricate things. I couldn't draw a picture if you asked, but they drew you to them. They looked a little strange, but you felt compelled to watch them.
How the hell is she seeing someone else's dream? How do you know what his dreams look like?
I'm a dream walker. I can visit
Dreamwalker.
people and help them in their dreams. You've not caught up on all his old patients yet, then?
No, I haven't. This sounds like Dream Warrior from Nightmare on Elm Street 3. And then Christian Dreamwalk too. We'll see how his dreams change first.
Chaotic, dark. Like an earthquake, everything you stood on shifted into something else. I think he was fighting with something internally. And it was winning.
How do you dreamwalk?
It's something I've been able to do since I was little.
Okay.
I was born an identical twin, and my sister and I shared dreams.
Okay.
We just thought it was normal.
But
When our younger brother started having night terrors, we helped him. I just need to know the person, a little, and know they're dreaming. Then I can sort of jump into them.
alright. I can believe that though. That actually sounds like some thing that could actually happen. Let's see what
I don't know. It's a turn of phrase. Inner demons? Insanity? I don't know. I can visit dreams, but I can't force the dreamer to interact with me. It's something, I think, in my mind. Firstly, I need to sleep myself. I'm constantly tired, so I can pretty much sleep on demand. Before I go, I think of jumping into that person. That's how it works for me. I've tried teaching others, but I don't know if anyone else can do it.
I'm thinking more or less like astral projecting. This is what I'm thinking. Yeah, who have you taught?
I don't know. Lots of people. Whenever I get close enough to tell somebody about it, the first thing they want to do is try it out or have me visit their dreams. That's
Well, yeah.
kind of why I'm here. Relationships.
You jumped to the wrong wedding. How are your relationships?
It's difficult to sustain them. I'm not just talking about romantic entanglements.
Entanglement.
It's hard keeping friends, too. Like I said before, I tell them about my ability and they immediately want to try it out. The problem is, I don't normally like what I see.
Yeah.
I think people try to show off. Firstly, they're a bit shocked if I turn up in their dream. But when they're comfortable with that, they start to put on a show. But most people can't control their dreams, so they tend to turn into nightmares pretty quickly. Oh look, I'm dreaming of a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Oh, why is it destroying New York?
That's not really a nightmare. That's more like Ghostbusters. They have their own version of Ghostbusters, I think.
He's dead now, so I suppose it won't affect him if I admit to that.
Damn.
So yes, I was.
Was he dating all his damn patients?
Not near the end, though.
At the same
Not when
time?
his dreams started changing. Like I said, my ability ruins relationships. Who told you? Jaya?
No, you just told me. What the...
When you've experienced someone's dream, if they've been a bit creepy in it or terrified me, it's hard to look someone in the eyes after that. It's embarrassing. What should I do, Doctor? Should I not tell people about my ability? Keep it a secret, bottle it up?
To an extent, yeah. I mean, you see a pattern.
I'm not sure that's healthy, but
Well, why you
I guess
ask?
I could give it a try.
If you knew.
What if it accidentally comes out? Is there anything else I can do to stop pushing people away?
Be honest.
Double honest. Interesting.
This
I
slip,
suppose
tell
I
me.
haven't really tried that. I might just give that a go.
Why, Jaya?
Just thought she'd know. Thought she'd know everything about her precious Dr. Dekker.
Yo, am I talking
Sorry.
straight?
We didn't speak that much. But she was a lot like the other woman. So much control over someone who was supposed to be her superior.
That's interesting.
So, if I could breathe through my ears, you wouldn't want to see it. I do say no. A lot. But I usually cave eventually. It's difficult to do when you experience them like I do. But I know what you're saying is right. A lot of the time I assume people are controlling their dreams like I can. But they're probably directed by their subconscious, and who controls that?
Yeah, who does control that? Perhaps you should ask someone else. Alright, let's see who this guy is. Glenn? I think it's Glenn.
Sorry, I'm Glenn. I didn't expect to be here. I was looking for the men's room.
Really? What? You're looking for the bathroom? Oh, this lounge and chair looks just fine.
Like I said, I was in the green room. You know, that new restaurant in town. I actually need to do something.
Go ahead, do it. Do it.
Done. Sorry. I was in the middle of a date and needed the restroom, and here I am.
What? Did he just say he just... Is he telling us he was on a date in a restaurant and he went to the bathroom and teleported here?
Sorry, you're not familiar with my case.
Nope.
I stepped through the restroom door into your office. Sometimes when I go through a door, it opens to another place.
Why didn't make that? What? Did Jay
No.
see you?
I shouldn't imagine she did that. I didn't even pass through the waiting room. Besides, it's lunchtime. She won't be there.
How you know? Exactly.
No, not really. But it's lunchtime, and you don't normally see patients now. Well, Dr. Dekker didn't normally see patients now.
Okay.
Dr. Dekker was crazy. I arrived late to the party. Apparently, he was a fine, upstanding citizen before. Don't know what changed him. Of the few sessions I had with him, he'd observed me walking through doors.
What did he observe?
But I'd walk through a door and I'd disappear. And then I couldn't get back. The session was £150 either way, so I paid that for a couple of times and then decided it was a bad idea. As you can see, it's still happening.
Okay, so Dr. Dekker, all of his patients have some weird supernatural shit going on. Whether it's teleportation, dream walking, sleepwalking, stopping time. It's some weird shit going on. It's some shit that you wouldn't technically think that would be true if you heard it. You would think somebody's pulling your leg. But this is what we're seeing with all his patients. At first, I thought the first couple of ones were just fucking batshit crazy.
The doors. I'm still vanishing from one place to another.
Alright. What's causing your problem?
My dad died. He was on his deathbed and I was complaining about work, women or whatever.
Damn.
It was an idiom. He said, when one door closes, another opens.
Yeah.
Then he died.
Damn.
I needed those words to be important. So here I am.
Yes, here you are. Tell me about your dad.
He was stoic.
Stoic.
He had tuberculosis in his lungs. That's what killed him. Nobody knew until the end.
Not even his doctor?
I never got to say I loved him.
Right. Do you regret not saying you loved him?
Maybe. He'd split with my mum 3 years earlier. It was messy. It was bad. I didn't talk to him really at all. They called me as next of kin, said I should come in if I wanted to say goodbye.
Anything you never say goodbye?
I did love him. He just broke everything.
Good question. Did you make peace with your dad?
No.
Oof.
I hadn't seen him for so long. I screamed, I shouted, I punched the walls. Do you know what he said?
Damn, Daniel. What did he say?
Sorry. Over and over again. Like he really meant it. He did. He really meant it. And when I stopped, when I was exhausted, he smiled at me. Like he cherished me. Like he'd been waiting to say sorry. Waiting for forgiveness.
Did you forgive him?
I didn't get to. I didn't get to say I loved him. I didn't get to forgive him. He just said when one door closes, another opens. And he died. What does he think of me? All those years, thinking I was the bigger man. It turns out he was. There's no going back, is there, Doctor? When one door closes, it's shut forever?
Not necessarily.
How? How do I go back? I think you're probably right. I've been trying to address the symptoms and not the root of the problem. You might be the best replacement doctor this place has seen. I'll book a real appointment next time, and you can help me with this. Thanks, Doctor.
You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome.
I hadn't thought of that. I've just been thinking when I open a door, it goes somewhere else in the present, not in the past. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. I'll try that. Now. I'll try that now.
Hey, you know, I do what I can do when I can do it. Alright? Alright, Nathan. Hold on. Don't set Nathan right now. Let's talk to our boy Bryce. Let's talk to Bryce right now. How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm worried. My pursuer in the hour, he's definitely military. I've developed a new skill to deal with him.
Oh yeah, okay, so last time we checked, when time freezes for that 1 extra hour that he apparently has, he said there's somebody else in there. Somebody else who's able to move about. And whenever he tries to confront them, they run away. So, this is where we're at. Alright, what new skill have you developed?
It's more of an old skill I'm bringing back to life. A while ago, when I was feeling pretty low, I teleported into this office to get some antidepressants. But last night, my pursuer approached me, drawing something from his jacket. I had nowhere to go. I remembered I could teleport, so I did, back home.
Do you know anything about sleeping pills?
I don't know anything about sleeping pills. Why would I want any? I want to stay awake for my extra hour, not sleep through it.
Okay. How have you seen Jessica again?
I saw Jessica across the street this morning. She waved, but I just crumbled. Ever since I took those photos, I haven't been able to face her. Do you think I should tell her about the photos,
I think you
Doctor?
should delete the photos, bro. Like, you took photos, allegedly, took photos of her nude. Look at them. Enjoy them. Savor them. Because at the end of the day, she is waking up on the beach butt-ass naked. Like, who the fuck ain't seen her naked? But, just delete the shit. It's that simple. Damn. No, don't tell her about the photos.
I didn't think I should either.
Well,
She'd
yes.
hate me forever. Maybe when she next waves, I'll at least wave back.
Sure. Did you ever see Dekker drink
I
alcohol?
remember Dr. Dekker would take a sneaky dram from a bottle he keeps in his desk. He probably thought I was too busy rambling to notice. But I'm a very astute rambler.
Astute. How was work?
Work is fine. If anything, I've been falling behind again. I think it's the stress of not being alone in the midnight hour anymore.
I can see that.
I stole a painting. There, I've said it. It was from the local gallery, Providence. I really like it, but I can't afford it. So I took it.
What else have you stolen?
It's just that one thing, just the painting I've stolen recently. I think my new pursuer is unraveling me. Is it okay to steal things, Doctor? If I really like them?
No, dude. The fuck?
I thought you'd say that. I will do my best to refrain from it, but I can't promise anything.
Well, at least you know. Okay, how do you know your pursuer is definitely military?
My pursuer. He's measured in his approach, watching, testing. When he finally came for me, I wasn't ready. I think he underestimated me, though, and that allowed me to escape. He didn't think I'd be able to just leave. Why do you think he's coming after me, Doctor? Oh, I think I might know.
Oh, why?
I think he's death, Doctor. I think I saved that old woman from burning to death in bed, and now he's coming after me to even the score. Do you think it could be death?
Tell me how you
I was as surprised as you are. I just imagined I was somewhere else, and there I was. Perhaps Dr. Dekker was right. Think of something, and it becomes real, if you believe in it. But I'll only do it wisely. Imagine the mistakes you might make. Don't want to become one with the igneous layer too soon.
Yeah, I feel that. Didn't you say before that you took sleeping pills for depression?
Did I say that? Did I really? Well, I can't really remember saying anything like that. I didn't take the doctor's temazepam. I took the ones that Dr. Dekker prescribed me. My head's in a strange place at the moment. It's difficult to remember everything.
Okay. You right there, Bryce? Moving around, kinda hard there, boy. Alright. Wow, we got a lot of questions to ask him. Yeah, tell me about your referral.
I was one of Dr. Dekker's first patients.
Right.
I wasn't referred by anyone. My GP recommended I saw someone privately. I think he was just sick of listening to me complain about how little time I had during our 10-minute slot.
So, you said before you felt like you're unraveling.
No, I'm not becoming him. I'm not becoming Dekker.
Weird, but alright. You took antidepressants from this
Yes,
office?
you're right. Sorry, I did come to the office once for an unscheduled visit. I forgot about that.
So you were here for an unscheduled visit?
I wrote a prescription out for myself and got it made up. Dr. Dekker didn't have to know.
A prescription for what? Can you... Is this a photo of David
Yes,
Castleford?
that's David Castleford. I've no idea when it was taken. Shocking composition.
Can I see the picture? Guess not. What we got here? Can you demonstrate how you teleport?
These sessions cost a lot of money, Doctor. I'm not just going to leave in the middle of one. But I can see you don't believe me. Do you really want me to teleport, Doctor?
Right? What? Oh, there. Yeah, I want you to teleport.
Blink, and you'll miss it. Told you.
What the fuck? Yo. But what if I told you I could stop your curse?
No, Doctor. No, you can't. I've seen what you can do. You can listen and ask, but you don't have any real power.
Oh, wow. Shade? Are we gonna have a problem? See, I don't think it's that.
It's just me. I'm going crazy. I'm so strange. Everything about me is strange already, but to have another presence in my hour, it's unhinged me.
How unhinged are you, my guy? Yeah, I was at the Jaya.
I don't want to talk about grief today. I'm getting enough grief from work. I don't know if you know, but Professor Alderby used to be my professor. He teaches history and psychology, amongst other things. I know it's not technically work, but he asked if I would allow him to have the video footage of his sessions with Dr. Dekker. Dr. Dekker wanted to be removed from all of the videos, so it's jump cut up to jump cut.
What video footage?
I didn't think you'd mind, since it wasn't your case anyway. Mostly it's the professor talking about how he viewed reality back then, in so much as he thought it was changeable. There's nothing else to do but watch while things are encoding.
Could someone have spiked Dr. Dekker's
I suppose
bottle?
it's possible that somebody spiked his drink. Most people probably knew he had a bottle in his desk. Wouldn't have been that hard to empty out some capsules into it. Maybe the police should get fingerprints?
Yes.
I'll go and suggest it. Make sure nobody touches the bottle in the meantime.
How is reality changeable?
Psychokinetics, remember? Cult of the Kinetic Mind? Professor Alderby said it was recommended reading to help psychiatrists in their frontline battle with insanity, he likes to call it.
Can you battle with insanity?
Professor Alderby saw the relationship between psychiatrist and patient as a winnable battle. The patient must be cured by removing their psychokinetic ability, if present, either by telling them it doesn't exist or by using another psychokinetic ability to negate it. It's a long time ago, I can't remember all of it. There was a specific example.
And that example was?
If someone tells you they can fly, you tell them you control air currents and that from now on they won't be allowed to use them. This would normally stimulate the brain in such a way that the patient stopped thinking they could fly. The main danger as the therapist is believing that you can control air currents.
Does psychokinesis really pose any danger to
The
therapists?
danger of pretending you have psychokinetic abilities is that you may start believing you have them and then have them. It's the paradox of the cure. Dr. Dekker loved paradoxes. His favourite was the grandfather paradox.
The hell is the grandfather paradox?
If you can travel back in time and kill your grandfather, then you cannot be born. But if you cannot be born, then you cannot kill your grandfather. It's a time traveler's chicken and egg, if you will.
Yeah, I understand. But that's some confusing shit. How well do you know Professor Alderby?
I like Professor Alderby. He turned me onto that book I've been raving about.
Why did Dr. Dekker want to be removed from the videos? Yeah, why?
I have no idea. Maybe he was an undercover secret agent. Maybe he was getting more annoying as time progressed. You're not, though. You're lovely. Is this a good time to ask for a raise?
To me, I feel like Jaya, I feel like she's trying too hard to be quirky. You know what I mean? I feel like she's trying too hard to be. She's hiding something.
Wow. I was kidding, but thank you, Doctor. I'll take that as a yes. And don't worry, I'll sort it all out.
I bet you will. What book have you been raving
Cult
about?
of the Kinetic Mind. I should start selling them myself.
Did Dr. Dekker say anything about his mom?
Dr. Dekker told me he was adopted. His birth mother only turned up 5 years ago because she wanted money for her experimental cancer treatment. I'm not sure how much it cost or even if he had the money, but he didn't do it, and she became one mean mother.
Are you feeling stressed? But he didn't have, I mean, I get it, whether he had the money or not, but he did give old girl $15,000 loan.
There's a lot of stress in here. We're dealing with people's lives. How do you relax, Doctor?
I relax listening to music.
I bet you like dance music. I don't know why.
No, I relax playing games.
I love video games. I just wish they'd make ones with stronger female protagonists. Sorry, I'd settle for any female protagonists.
Playing sports.
Mariana thought I played hockey. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
She doesn't really sound too fond of Mariana.
I love food. It will be my downfall. Stress eating is the worst.
Did Dr. Dekker have any psychokinetic abilities?
Dr. Dekker definitely dabbled in that stuff. I'm not sure to what extent.
Alright, Jaya. Hold on, did we talk to Scarlett? Yeah, we did. Is Nathan... Elin... Claire... Alright, let's talk to Nathan.
I'm feeling good. I ran into one of your other patients, Mariana. She's beautiful. I think we might go on a date.
Have a look at the toxicology.
Temazepam is the same sleeping pill Dr. Dekker prescribed me. Why would he mix those with alcohol? People are such idiots. Which reminds me, that truck driver died.
Wait, hold up. People are such idiots. That reminds me, the truck driver. Damn, that's kind of harsh. What do you know about Dekker's drinking habits? No, hold on. Which truck driver?
The truck driver that ran into Hannah. He was divorced, apparently. He killed himself. He mixed sleeping pills with alcohol too. But he died in his garage.
How did he die in his garage? Obviously, he ran the
I read
car.
it in the paper. He'd been drinking. Then he took the sleeping pills. Then he went into his garage and put the hose pipe through his window.
Duh. That's what I
Not
was
until he
fucking
put his
saying.
daughter in the seat first.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, sick, bro. Did the truck driver's daughter
It's one of
die
those
as well?
newspaper stories you read and you hope it says he leaves behind his wife and 7-year-old daughter. But his daughter was in the car. Do you know I wrote him a letter?
What did you write?
Dr. Dekker told me one of the ways to get through my grief would be to write a letter to the truck driver. I tried to forgive him. I know it was my fault. But the thing that made me feel best was blaming him. I think maybe he killed himself because of me. Do you think I'm to blame, Doctor?
Do I gotta answer this? How do I tell this man? But he was also going through a divorce. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't touched the truck driver. I'm gonna say no. I think. I'm gonna say no, because just somebody writing you a letter talking shit and the court system has deemed you innocent. That shouldn't make you wanna.
His daughter's picture was in the paper. Molly.
Tell me about Molly.
Ever since I saw a picture in the paper, I've started thinking I could see her. Out of the corner of my eye. Like she's watching me. Crazy, right?
What do you know about Dekker's drinking habits?
Alcohol isn't something I usually notice on people until they're slurring and weaving around. Was Dr. Dekker an alcoholic? Probably. I never saw him drink, though. What are you trying to do most? Cure his patients or find out who killed him? Well, at least you're being honest. Do you know that Dr. Dekker thought one of his patients was trying to kill him?
Which one? That's what we're trying to get to.
He told me in one of our sessions, which was later rewound, that someone had been leaving him messages on his prescription pad. Not good messages.
What sort of messages were on the prescription?
He didn't tell me anything specifically. Just death threats. It was one of his many rants. I just sat there quietly, hoping he wasn't going to try and hypnotize me again. I asked him if it was a boy or a girl's handwriting. He said he knew who it was, and that they'd be in trouble. I think he was bluffing.
Alright, first let's talk about Mariana.
I can't really explain it, but she seems like such a friendly person.
Yeah.
I think the police are barking up the wrong tree.
What have the police got to do with Mariana?
I think I've probably said too much. It's probably not the same girl anyway.
No. Talk to me, bro. Talk to me. Fuck. Tell me about your referral.
My solicitors assured me that I wouldn't have to discuss anything about my trial with you, so I'm not going to. Concentrate on my state of mind, and let me worry about other things.
Awkward.
Please do. I wish I could believe you.
Alright. Let's talk to... Because right now the finger is pointing at Bryce. How are you today?
Hilda died last night. I was there. Well, I was there as her daughter. It was nice. She had a good death. She got to say what she wanted to say.
Honey, you're a little too happy. What's a good death?
Hilda was Hilda to the end. I was the doting daughter. Don't worry, everything's going to be okay. I love you, Mum. Then Hilda, with almost her last breath, looks me straight in the eye and says, "Don't let them take Amelia."
Don't let who take Amelia? Who the hell's me?
Jaya seems really nice. I don't know why she'd want to work in a place like this.
Yo, what is that supposed to mean? I work in this place.
I just mean, get all these weird people coming here. I mean, I've met some of them out in the waiting room. I know they're just people, but a couple of them have seriously given me the creeps.
Like which ones?
She's the slightly older one, isn't she? Always well dressed? Yes, her. I'm pretty good at picking up on people's energy, and hers is cold. Actually, I think I sort of know her. Claire Castleford, isn't it? Apparently, she attacked her husband or something.
Did drink or everything
Dr.
alcohol?
Dekker drank a bit. I didn't say anything about it, but well, it's not very professional, is it? I mean, it's not like he was drunk. Must be very stressful being a therapist. Do you find it stressful, Doctor?
Yes. Yes.
I can tell just by looking at you. This job has really taken its toll on you.
Yeah, I've only worked for like 4 hours. This will be my 5th hour. I'm ready to fucking quit on you bitches. Do you still think about Dekker?
I think of Dr. Dekker every time one of my patients dies.
What the fuck?
It makes me remember how he didn't care about his mum. He was a good therapist. He was a lousy son.
Why was Dekker a lousy son?
I was angry at Dr. Dekker. Hilda's daughter, she's in Australia, so fair enough. Maybe she really couldn't get over to see her. But Dr. Dekker's mum was dying literally on the other side of town, and he just couldn't be bothered. I shifted for her. But in a way, I wish I hadn't. Because it let Dr. Dekker off the hook, you know? I didn't realise how little he cared until I told him the news.
Oh, my goodness. Who's Amelia?
Amelia's Hilda's doll. She used to have about 9 or 10 of them, all glassy-eyed and creepy looking, with frilly dresses and curls. All over her room they were. In the end, we had to get rid of them. They weren't very hygienic. But we let her keep one, and that was Amelia.
Let's stay on the work subject. How's Terry?
Terry hasn't been into work for a few days. I hope there's nothing wrong with her.
I think you're lying. I think you don't give a fuck if something's wrong with her or not. What happened to Hilda's doll?
I'm keeping her safe until I can pass her on to Hilda's daughter. Maybe she'll fly over for the funeral. I don't know.
Alright.
Are you okay, Doctor? You look a bit pale.
I could never. Did her cheek just move? Did y'all see that shit? Did Dr. Dekker know you could shift?
Yes, I told Dr. Dekker. Most other people wouldn't have believed me, but he did. In fact, he cared far more about the shifting than he did about his mum dying.
Okay, what about your referral level?
I referred myself because of Dr. Dekker's mother. Was I supposed to have a letter?
Are you just pretending to care about Terry? Exactly.
Terry and I are never going to be best friends, but I wouldn't wish her ill.
Yeah, you know, I'm sensing some cap there, ma'am. Did you ever try shifting for Dr.
Yes,
Dekker?
once. I wanted to show him what I could do so he could see for himself. I took his hand, I told him to think of a loved one, and then there was nothing. I mean, literally Nothing, just an empty void. The only thing I could feel was his hand holding mine. I'm pretty sure without that I'd have... I'm not sure I could have made it back.
Wow. Why do you think Dekker didn't care about his
For a
mom?
moment, I thought he might cry. Just for a split second. But he didn't. He just carried on with our session. I wish I knew what went on there. Jaya probably knows. She spent quite a long time with Sarah when she visited.
She used to visit Sarah? Alright.
You've never seen me angry, have you, Doctor? Don't say things like that when you don't mean them. It causes upset.
She threatened me? Alright. We've talked to everybody but Claire. I want to save Claire for last because she's clearly the fucking... She has no problem with killing people, so... How are you today?
There's no lake house today, sorry. David's not doing very well. He's caused a problem with the girl. I need to do something.
What's the problem with the girl?
The little girl, our neighbor at the lake house, she says David is weird and creepy.
Doctor!
Bitch!
Sorry. But I found some of the referral letters we were talking about.
Oh my god.
There is a pattern, but it's not the same for everyone. He said to get them to you ASAP, so here you go.
No, why is that shit scary? Oh my gosh. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me get some chocolate milk off of that, man. She got my heart racing. Give me a second. Alright. Alright, something strange about these solicitors' names. Hackett Brown, Chart Token in Law, Cat Roby, what? Alright, quick. Hold on, let me finish what I was saying to you, Claire, here. What has David been doing?
David has been hunting and skinning again. But from the look of the torso, he caught a domestic cat. I'm being generous. It was definitely a cat. I spoke to David about it, but I have no idea if he can comprehend me or not. He just grunts at me. He doesn't even smile anymore. Not at all.
He getting ready to hunt your ass and preparing. Where the cat come from?
Yes, sorry. I left out an important detail. The girl, Anushka, she was crying because her cat had gone missing, and she thinks that David killed it.
More than likely.
Doctor, I'm worried.
About what?
I'm worried that David's not going to stop at cats. He's killed deer, rabbits, wild birds, and now cats. I'm worried he might add little girls to his list. I can't stop him.
Why can't you stop him?
I can't stop him. I can't control him in any way at all. Ever since I brought him back from the dead, he has done nothing but ignore me. I'm starting to think that...
It's not him that you brought back?
that I need to put David out of his misery. That I need to end his suffering. That I need to kill him.
Again?
What shall I do, Doctor?
YOLO.
Should I kill David?
In your case, you only live twice. I'm gonna come back to this.
To be honest, Doctor, I'm surprised you're not a tiny bit curious about seeing the lake house. I've told you David is there, the man I supposedly murdered. I'd have thought you'd be dying to meet him. Do you want me to bring him here next session?
Yeah, I do.
Next time then. Although it will have to be just you here, and late at night. I can't have anyone else see him.
Why? Did you get the insurance money?
I've never used sleeping pills. I'm too afraid of what would happen to me in my sleep.
Good point. Do you remember the photo?
Oh yes, here. From a few weeks ago. As you can see, Doctor, he looks perfectly normal.
Have you talked to Bryce or Iris?
I never talked to Bryce, but I did talk to Iris. I told her who saved her and that it was a patient here. She broke down on the phone. Most unbecoming. I wonder what kind of gift basket he'll get.
Is Dekker an alcoholic?
If Dr. Dekker was an alcoholic, he hid it well. I never saw him drink. He certainly never offered me a drink. God knows I could have used one.
So there's two people that are saying they've never seen him drink. And then there's other people who are saying that he drinks but he was never drunk, or he has some drinks in his desk. Interesting. Alright, let's look at the evidence here real quick. David Castlefield. Do we know this dude? Referral letter 1. Dear Dekker, I refer a client to... I referred? Look, I'm not trying to be some kind of grammar Nazi. Alright, but this is not how you start the sentence off. I'm referring a client to your clinic for evaluation. Claire Castle, she is being charged with the murder of her husband, and we require your diagnosis as to whether she was of sound mind and have the mens rea required for the crime. Is she competent is what you're asking me. Thank you. You could have said that shit. It should be, I am referring a client to your clinic, or I referred a client to your clinic. But, you know, we'll move on. Let's move on. Referral letter 2. Chart, token, and ball. That sounds like some big ass shit. We believe that our client, who has only given us her first name, Mariana, is mentally unstable and would like your expert opinion on this matter. We are happy to cover all your costs and look forward to receiving your report forthwith. Hold up. Something's off. Mariana's... Remember we had a conversation with her and she was talking about she really couldn't afford to come to the doctor, and Dr. Dekker wrote her a check or whatever to loan her money. But if her sessions are being covered, then what the fuck was that conversation about? Unless she didn't know she had a referral level. If she didn't know she had a referral letter, oh my god, a referral letter, let alone her costs were being covered, how would she not know that? Unless she's not who she says she is. But that's never here or there. Alright, let's move on. For the attention of Dr. Dekker, I am referring yet another client to you today for further psychiatric evaluation. It is my hope that you concur with my suspicions and are able to find him insane under the guidelines set out within the McNaughton rules. Whose referral letter is this? I'm referring yet another client to you today for further sec. You ain't gonna say all that. If we're in business together, just say you're referring this person for this evaluation because this, whatever like that. Like, there's no name. Who are you referring? We just know it's a dude. Alright, we got Claire's referral letter, we got Marianne's referral letter. Who's the dude? If I say no, don't kill David. And he killed a little girl. Kill him.
I love him so much. But you're right. It's time. He's becoming a danger to people around him, not just himself.
I got an achievement, and I may have not made the right decision on that one. Hold on, are we done talking to her? We ain't even done talking to her. Hold on. You're rushing me. Tell me about your referral.
My solicitors did refer me, but I ended up going privately as it was cheaper. I'm paying them enough already without them getting a percentage of my therapy bill. Dr. Dekker was very quiet in our sessions after seeing David. After a while, he started talking about David like he was a pet, asking me what I fed him, what he'd do in certain conditions.
Why was he talking about him like a pet?
I think he was fascinated with it all, and David and I had become new test subjects for him. When I said David never listens to me, he urged me to start giving David treats for pleasing me. Not in that way, but showing him how to close a door, for example. If he did it, give him a treat. It did actually work, but I had to stop myself. I felt like I was training a monkey. It just wasn't right.
What kind of conditions was Dekker interested in?
Dr. Dekker asked me if I'd ever accidentally locked David in, which I hadn't. But curiosity got the better of me, so I locked him in the lake house. He couldn't get out. He didn't have the wherewithal to operate the lock.
That sounds pretty fucking brain dead.
That's an interesting idea, Doctor. It's not really something that needs to be done, though. I have no intention of reanimating anybody anymore. It hasn't gone very well in the past.
Well said. Well said. Alright, go to the next day.
You said you'd help me with my problem, but he's still here. Dr. Dekker, he wants me to kill people.
Dekker wants you to kill people?
He wants them to follow me to the sea, to the creature.
He didn't mention no creature, but okay. What happens when they follow you?
It eats them. It's getting stronger. Dr. Dekker says when it's strong enough, it's going to walk again. That's why I black out.
Why do you black out?
He doesn't want me to know. He doesn't want me to remember. I'm feeding a beast that wants to eat us all. You've got to tell me, Doctor. You have got to tell me the truth.
What do you want me to tell you?
You're dreaming, but your dreams are the truth. Don't forget me when you wake. I don't know how I'm in your dream, but now we're together. Let's play a game.
Wait a minute, you just said...
I say a word, you say a word. Ready? Guilty. Murderer.
Ooh. Ha ha ha. Mmm. I feel the type of way. She said guilty, I said innocent. She said murderer. And at first I was going to say her. But Claire is a murderer. Technically, if you think legally. But I honestly think it's her. I think it's her.
Wrong answer. Now you're stuck with me. 3 little words and I'll let you go.
I love you?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Awkward as shit. Yoy. Oh, I know it's I love you backward, but okay. Still next day. Yeah.
You rang my doorbell.
The truck driver
The little girl.
killed himself.
David is weird.
Like she's watching me.
I need to put David
Molly,
out of his misery.
Is it okay to steal things?
Sleeping tablets.
Fingerprints?
Dead bodies.
I saw Jessica.
Should I kill David?
Hilda died last night.
Do you think I should tell her about
Psychokinetics?
the photos?
Dr. Dekker seemed to like a drink.
Bit of a drinking problem.
It's probably the same for Jaya.
one of his patients was trying to kill him,
He lent me some money.
leaving him messages.
Creature, human flesh.
I'd teleported.
Do you have that dream, Doctor?
Act 5, insanity, please.
Oh! Oh, Doctor. You look... Huh. There's something I need to tell you. I can't find Dr. Dekker's prescription pad anywhere. I'm not sure when it went missing, but I don't remember seeing it for a while. Yours is there, but I'm scared one of the patients may have got their hands on it. Let me know if you find it, anyway, and ask me about Mariana later. I've got news.
What can I ask you about Mariana now? Okay. Hold on. You guys want to end here for a second? No, we're not gonna. We're gonna power through this shit. I need to unpack some shit though. All right, so let's hear me out. So Dr. Dekker said that somebody was writing shit on his notepad, right? Writing threats and death letters on his notepad. Old boy asked if it was a male, or Nathan asked if it was male or female, a handwriting. And then Dr. Dekker said, oh, I know who it is. But he said he thinks Dr. Dekker was bluffing. Okay, so why would he bluff Nathan? Why would he tell Nathan about it and then bluff him? Because only Nathan, at the moment that we know of, knows about the notepad and the death threats written on them, right? Who else knows about the notepad? Bryce. To an extent, because he's writing his own prescriptions. Okay? So then what else do we know? The killer would have to know, or the person writing the threats would have to know. So that's 3 people. Who knows about his drinking? Apparently, everybody knows about his drinking except for 2 people, which is Claire. And Claire's the rich woman, and Nathan. But he hypnotized Nathan, and Nathan acted like he was hypnotized, but he really wasn't. But he's never noticed him take a drink. He's never noticed. Like, everybody got some sus ass activity going on here. I don't think it was Claire, and the only reason why I don't think it was Claire is because Claire just, at this point in time, she just seems to be like, yeah, you know, I kill people, you know, what about it? She seems kind of pretty fucking open about it. And if she needs an insanity case, an insanity plea, killing her husband, bringing him back to life, and then killing her therapist, that sounds pretty fucking insane. I'd give her that shit myself, right? So I don't think she did it, because that would be the easy way for her to get it done, right? Okay, so you feel me on that one. I don't think it's Claire. I think maybe one of his patients might be in a manic portion. Might be manic. The dude that came in when one door closes, another one opens. I can't remember what he looks like. David Castleford. Why is this important? Why is David Castleford important? This is why I hate like taking such long breaks off some games, because then I mean my memory is wiped to an extent. But he's important for some reason. I just can't remember why. Alright, let's see, who are we investigating today? Jaya, Mariana, Eileen, Claire, Bryce, Nathan. Let's talk to Nathan. Excuse me, first.
I think you know who killed Dr. Dekker, so you're gonna have a good day. Can we talk a bit about hypnotism, though?
You know who killed Dr. Dekker? Nathan's the one that tells us about the death threats. Nobody else tells us about the death threats.
This might feel like the darkest timeline, but it's not my darkest timeline. I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I'd look at one of your other patients, or maybe even your assistant.
I didn't think he did kill her. I didn't think he did kill him. Because he's the one providing us with information. How do you know about the prescription pad?
His prescription pad's missing. The one with all the death threats on it. Do you think the murderer took it to cover their tracks?
And see, that's what makes me think that he didn't do it, because why would he tell him, hey, there's some evidence right here, and then it go missing?
I suppose it could be a coincidence, but I'm guessing whoever murdered Dr. Dekker stole his prescription pad. Things have been interesting, thanks to Mariana.
Why thanks to Mariana?
We went on a date. What sort of? She texted me this bar she was going to, and I just turned up. She can dance. I was transfixed most of the night. Next thing I know, I'm lying in my bed, at home. The room's spinning. The day moved forward. In fact, every night I go and watch Mariana dance, the day moves forward. Do you think Mariana likes me?
That's interesting. How do you feel about Hannah?
I'm at peace with Hannah now. I can save her. And I'll keep trying, but I must move forward. I did kind of ask you not to talk about this anymore, but I suppose you're not taking notes.
I'm gonna give you that bass line voice, sir. Hypnotism.
I've heard you can plant key words in people when they're hypnotized. How would I know if I had any? I think that the hypnotism didn't take, but maybe Dr. Dekker did hypnotize me, and it did work, and he told me to think that it didn't. I think I found one of the key words.
What word is that?
I can't say what it is. I don't want to trigger it. I was on the phone to my dad last night, and he said something, and boom, I fell asleep. Normally I wish that kind of thing would happen, but it just happened. I phoned him back. I thought it was seconds, but it was an hour later. I asked him what he'd said. He'd watched some NASA program. He was reading off planets. It was one of them.
Okay. Mars?
I don't want it to be triggered.
Saturn? Pluto?
Pluto's not a planet, is it? And why are you even trying?
You just went into a trance.
So he did plant me with something. I have absolutely no idea. Did you find out what the key word is? What is it? No. Don't say it. Write it down for me. And thank you. You know, there's something I've not been telling you.
What?
It's about time travel. I read a book about time travel.
Okay.
I thought what was happening to me was a type of time travel. I couldn't control it, but at the end of each day, I would travel back in time to the beginning and live it over again. I'm like Doctor Who, but I don't have a TARDIS, and I can't choose what time I go to. Except once.
Oh, what do you mean?
The doctor said she was legally still alive. The only thing they could do was starve her. Hannah didn't die in the accident the first time around. It was worse than death. She wouldn't have wanted that. I was looking at a photo from around the time of the accident. I had a lot of alcohol, which I think was probably necessary. I jumped back to the junction. I started pulling out, but the lorry was already on us. I drove into the lorry to make sure. I didn't wake up in hospital because I woke up the next day, present day. Things had changed.
Interesting. What changed about Hannah's death?
Her obituary changed in the press clippings I kept. It said she was killed instantly. Nothing else changed. Her family seemed to hate me more, which is ironic because the first time around, they pulled her off life support. So I saved them the indignity. Now they just think it was my careless driving that caused her death. Thanks, Doctor. That's what I'm hoping.
Why you want me to that? Did you drive away from the
I
lorry?
didn't have time. I jumped back to the split second the accident happened. The truck was already on us. I swerved left the first time, so I tried right. If I could have saved her, I would have done. I didn't want her to die.
Why lie about Hannah being on life support?
I haven't been lying. As far as everyone's concerned, she died in that car accident. Instantly.
Let's find Bryce. Let's have Bryce.
I'm not feeling very well. I tried to sleep through the midnight hour, and I slept for 8 hours. When I woke up, it was looking at me. That thing was looking at me. Time was still frozen. I can't escape it. I'm doomed.
Why do you think you're doomed?
It knows what I did with Dr. Dekker. It's been taunting me.
What the hell you do that again?
It wanted me to follow it, so I did. It brought me here, Doctor. Here. It thinks I killed Dr. Dekker. I'm sure of it.
Whoa. Did you kill Dekker?
I took his body. It was me. I took it from the coffin because I didn't want him put in the ground. I don't know what I was going to do with him. I just didn't think burial would be enough. Maybe I would cremate him. But the body disappeared.
How did it disappear?
If only he'd been cremated like you will be.
What?
I have a private tool shed at the graveyard. I moved his body in there before the burial. But when I came back, he'd gone. It was locked and he'd gone. How did that happen, Doctor? How did Dekker do that?
Maybe Dekker is back from the dead?
Perhaps. It had crossed my mind that Dr. Dekker perhaps resurrected himself. Maybe he wasn't dead, just sleeping.
Are you still stealing things?
I teleported back into the art gallery after our session, in the midnight hour. I replaced the painting, so I haven't stolen anything for a long time now. Perhaps a cheeky borrow best describes it.
What did you borrow?
I didn't steal Dekker's pad. I didn't have to. If I wanted to use it, I could just teleport in here and steal a sheet. Why take the whole pad? Why be that obvious?
So how was he writing prescriptions? Did he not see the directs on that shit?
Well, kudos to whoever had the guts to do that. Wasn't me. What did they say? You've piqued my interest now. If someone else moved Dekker, they'd had to have picked the lock, moved the body, and then locked up again. Why go to the trouble of locking up again?
Got a point. Remember, he teleported.
It's not out of the question to think that Dr. Dekker teleported himself out of the tool shed. If I can do it, he probably can. That's the kind of thing I've been thinking. But the thing that's been following me, it can teleport too. I think the thing might be Dekker. Is the thing Dekker?
Well, at least we're on the same brainwave. How is Jessica? No, what has been happening in the midnight hour?
I've tried to avoid my extra hour. I tried to sleep through it. I did try one thing. I spied on you, Doctor. You have a strangeness, don't you?
What strangers do I have?
You live in the same house as Dr. Dekker. I spied on him several times, so I know the house very well. You kept it almost entirely the same. Why did you live in the same house as Dr. Dekker? Is it a perk? Or you, Dr. Dekker?
How is Jessica?
I waved back at Jessica yesterday, and she smiled. It was bigger than normal. I think we may have made a connection, Doctor. The photos I have of her, I think I'm going to destroy them. They're my problem, not hers.
Well, duh. That's how you do that. I'm not that.
Thought it might be a perk. I'm sorry I spied on you. I was just getting worried that you weren't who you said you were. Just some mannerisms, strangeness. It's good you've adopted his dog, though. I'm not sure many people would have done. And so it is. You worried me then, Doctor. I thought you were starting to believe in the unbelievable, too.
You said you were trying to sleep through the night?
I tried to sleep through my extra hour. I didn't want to face it. That thing has been taunting me. I wish I was still religious.
Looking
The
at
thing
you?
that's following me, it doesn't have a face. I saw it close up when it was standing over me. It has no face, no eyes, no mouth, no nothing. Inside its hood is just space. Just a black hole.
This is getting creepy, bro. Alright, Bryce. Um, let's talk to Eileen real quick.
What about the prescription pad?
Did I ask her a question? Did I ask you a question, ma'am? Do you know about... Did you take the pad?
Yes, I took it. I had to.
Why did you have to?
Dr. Dekker told me he could use it to take away my gift.
Do you know about the death threats?
Someone was sending Dr. Dekker death threats. Had no idea. He never said anything to me about it. I'm good. I feel better. Last session, that was all negative. I don't want to be like that. I made you something. A little thank you for being so nice. They're cookies.
I'm not eating those cookies.
I'm a happy person. And really, what's the point of being miserable? It doesn't matter what's going on at work or anything. Happy is the only goal. Max told me that. I think some footballer might have said it.
Yo, she's changing her whole getup. I mean, she's always been chipper, but now she's like different.
I told you about Max, right? Didn't I mention him before? Yes, but you don't know the whole story.
Excuse me.
Max is 77. He was one of my patients. I thought he was dying, so I shifted for him. Became an old sweetheart of his, apparently. Only Max didn't die. He actually got better somehow. And then he came and asked me to do it again.
Who was Max's sweetheart?
Eleanor, her name was, or is. Like I say, he doesn't even know where she is now. But she obviously still loves him. When I shifted, I felt all fluttery and excited. It's so sweet, isn't it?
We remember our Max. I just don't remember where Max is from.
Yes, Max and Eleanor had dinner on Valentine's Day. I felt a bit weird when he asked me. But he said he just wanted to have one more date with her and then he wouldn't ask me again. And to be fair, he was a perfect gentleman. I mean, I didn't want to have that conversation.
Thank you for bringing me a present.
You're very welcome.
Why would Dekker want to take away your gift?
I suppose he was just trying to cure me. I mean, I thought he believed that I could shift, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he was just humouring me the whole time.
Why didn't Max die?
I don't know why Max didn't die. It usually works.
What do you mean it usually works?
I just mean when I shift. They see their loved one and say what they have to say, and then there's nothing stopping them from moving on. Why? What did you think I meant?
Why did you shift again?
The thing is, because Max didn't die, he saw me change back after I let go of his hand. There wasn't anything I could do about it.
Okay. What's in the cookie?
The usual stuff. Flour, sugar, butter, chocolate chips, and my special ingredient. A little herbalist magic to give you some pep. You look like you need it.
You have some weed in your... Just give me weed.
You can put herbal remedies in food. The effect's more subtle, but it does work.
I'm not eating these cookies. Did you kill Dekker? Do we think she killed Dekker? Let's move on real quick.
I'm worried about you, Doctor. You seem quiet and, well, it's just your fingerprints on the bottle. Maybe you touched it by accident? You didn't know him, did you? Then why are your fingerprints on his vodka bottle? No, don't answer that. Oh, the infectious madness of Dr. Dekker. Who hasn't it touched? I'm so worried.
Why are you worried about me?
You just seem a little different from the person who turned up all those weeks ago. You don't talk to me as much as you did. You flitter between patients in a daydream. Tell me what things are bothering you.
How are you coping with your grief?
I think I'm okay with the grief now. My mother died suddenly, and I think I was projecting Dr. Dekker's death to be about her. I know they're not related.
How did your mother die?
My mother died suddenly, like Dr. Dekker. For her, though, it was different. She burst into flames. I was 7. They said she must have been smoking and drinking on the sofa, but she doesn't smoke or drink. Professor Alderby said it was spontaneous combustion.
Interesting. Do you think I'm going insane?
Who measures sanity or insanity? One man's philosopher is another man's fool. I'm keeping an eye on you. I won't let you go crazy.
You said Dr. Dekker's prescription pad.
Dr. Dekker's prescription pad is still missing. I'll let you know if it turns up.
Okay, so we already know who has it. Tell me about the death threat.
I didn't know anything about that. If I have any grievances with my employer, I spit in their coffee. I hope that's how you like it.
You have any grievance with Dekker?
Don't become like Dr. Dekker. I think that somebody killed him because he was using them. There's some footage I can't show you because it would affect you too much. Suffice to say, when Mariana told him she could breathe underwater, he wanted the same power for himself. So instead of trying to cure her of it, he'd try and amplify it to see how it worked, so he could imagine it for himself. I think he did that with all his special patients. I think he wanted all of their powers. If you believe in that sort of thing.
Tell me the news about...
I've been reviewing your files. I know, I'm sorry, a bit naughty. But have you considered that Mariana may have murdered Dr. Dekker because of the money she owed him?
Yes, I did.
She had most to gain. She got all the money if he died. And it makes most sense, doesn't it?
But she wouldn't do death threats, though. I mean, money is always the simplest thing, but I don't think... If Mariana did it, I don't think she did it for the money.
Any patient who presented with psychokinetic issues, they were his special patients. Towards the end, he began ignoring all the other cases. Most of the patients saw it as a curse, what they were experiencing, what they were unwittingly doing. Dr. Dekker saw it as an ability, a power to be harnessed and used for, well, God knows what he was going to use it all for. So we made them give in to it, and it consumed them, consumed all of them. Whether you believe any of that or not is your choice, but they did, which made them angry. And that's why I think he was murdered by a patient.
Do you think Cthulhu is real?
A fictional space god that's resting at the bottom of the Atlantic. It's not likely, is it? Or maybe you think it is. Have you spoke to Mariana today?
Who do you think murdered Dr. Dekker? I'm not sure the patients are
Your
improved.
patience will always be a bother, but you're caring for people. We do still care, don't we, Doctor? In a few weeks' time, there'll be a whole new bunch of faces with a whole new bunch of quirks. Let's not have a whole new doctor, shall we?
Who do you think murdered?
It's not your job to find out who the murderer is. It's the police. You can only point them in the right direction. Murder is a means to an end. There's a lot more going on here you should be thinking about.
Awkward. She didn't answer the question though. Alright, we're gonna talk to Mariana and we're gonna talk to Claire. Let's talk to Claire.
I'm fine. I killed David. Again. Like you told me to.
Did you see Anushka again?
Anushka's fine, I would imagine. Her father came over to talk about the missing cat. It would have been an easier conversation had I not been splattered in blood and sweating like a milkmaid.
What did Anushka's father do?
It seemed like he wanted to give me a piece of his mind, but when he saw the state I was in, he fled. There were no police that turned up. I suspect I've got away with it, at least this second time. Now all that's left is for you to write up my diagnosis.
How did you kill David?
With an axe. I got him to put his head on the wood block. He didn't really know what he was doing. He trusted me. I cut off his head. When I picked it up, he was smiling. Probably a muscle spasm.
Do you know anything about the prescription?
I never
pad?
saw Dr. Dekker's prescription pad. I imagine he kept it hidden away to stop people stealing it.
Did you write death stripes on the pad?
I've already told you, I never saw his prescription pad, so of course I didn't write any death threats. It sounds like someone is trying to frame me. Who's trying to frame me, Doctor?
What else can you tell me about
Oh,
Dekker?
the continuing saga of Dr. Dekker. After he'd seen David and done his due diligence, he came up with an offer I couldn't refuse. Remember? The one I told you about when we first met.
What was his offer?
Dr. Dekker wanted me to reanimate him. He said he would kill David unless I agreed.
How were you supposed to
He
reanimate
called me
him?
on Valentine's night. He promised to use a disposable phone so there would be no trace. I was supposed to come here, where I would find him dead, and then reanimate him. I agreed immediately. It seems that Dr. Dekker went through with his half of the agreement. But I forgot to turn up. That I'm not sound of mind. That I wasn't sound of mind when I killed David. It's up to you whether you want to mention any of our other conversations. I'm happy either way.
Why would Dekker want to kill David?
Yes. Dr. Dekker threatened to kill David. That terrified me at the time. I still had hope that David would recover.
Do you think Mariana is framing you?
I don't really know the girl, but I did buy out her loan from Dr. Dekker. I mainly did it to shut him up about it. But can you imagine having him as a creditor? That poor girl. I hope it didn't accrue anything more than interest.
She bought out the loan? Oh, Mariana fucking did it, Royal.
Doctor, did I tell you about that time that I used the power of my mind to bring my husband back to life? I can't imagine what I'd do to the psychiatrist that double-crossed me. But I'm sure it would be fun. For me, at least.
Sit back me. I think our session is over today, ma'am. Alright, I think Mariana did it. I don't give a fuck. Do you know about the stolen prescription pad?
Why would someone steal Dr. Dekker's prescription pad? I didn't even know he had one.
Did you write the death threat?
I prefer actions over words, Doctor. You know that.
Did you take the prescription pad? Who knew that?
Wow. That's a low blow, Doctor. And after all our sessions, I'm not a thief. Even the loan, that was just unfortunate.
Tell me about the loan.
Dr. Dekker asked for his loan back after diagnosing me as sane. In his opinion, my blackouts and everything else were fictional. He had no proof, of course, either way, or I'd be cured, but he asked for his money back, and I didn't have it.
How are you today?
I'm fine, Doctor. I went to the beach, swam under the sea, and returned to tell the tale. No blackouts. Nothing.
How are your dreams?
I don't dream, Doctor. I haven't dreamed for years now.
Wasn't she just in our dream like 2 nights ago? Tell me about being followed.
People follow me into the sea. I don't force them, they just follow to see the creature.
What is the creature?
I'm not sure what you'd call it. A wisp? A star? It's so bright, and warm, and loving. I don't know why it leaves me. It only wants the others. It feeds on them.
How does it feed?
When I look down, I black out. But if I can just keep looking forward, no blackouts. I can just swim back to the top when it's finished.
What's wrong with looking down?
You really want to know? If I look down, it's writhing, just limbs of people from the clubs and the bars. Not just from this week, but last week, last month, last year. They all look terrified, but somehow still alive. The creature. It's all inside them, poking holes through them that they shouldn't have. It just eats them. Slowly.
The
The
creature
missing
eats them?
people. That's where they go. I don't know I'm doing it. I swear I don't, Doctor. The creature. I hear it. It's hungry. Nobody can know. It's our secret.
What missing people?
I can't explain what happened with John. He followed me back from the bar that night and swam with me under the ocean. I blacked out. He'd gone.
Who's John?
You must have read about John in the news. He was a local student who went missing. He was a looker. And he had a way with words, but he was also a cheat. The creature liked eating him a lot. But I can't explain what happened next.
What happened next to John?
I left him to be eaten. And the next morning, he turns up in my bed at my house. He's not wet at all. No signs he's been in the sea, but he has holes in him. Lots of holes. His inside is on the outside. Just ball of tangled worms. And now they're blaming me, but you knew that, Doctor, didn't you? That's why I'm here. Yeah. I did say that was a dream, didn't I? Is it easier to swallow, knowing it's the truth?
What's the truth?
The truth is, I'm not like you, Doctor, or anyone else. I can swim to the bottom of the ocean for hours, and people follow me, even if it's the last thing they do.
Why are you really here?
They think I killed John. John and some others. They need to know whether I'm insane or not.
Who needs to know whether you're insane?
My lawyer. He says I'm insane, but that he needs you to rubber stamp it. Do you think I'm insane, Doctor?
You can't keep a secret. People are getting hurt.
It's our secret. What will you tell people, that I'm feeding people to a creature at the bottom of the ocean? What proof do you have? You can't
Well,
tell on me.
Look at her necklace.
You know what you do to me. When you visit. I let you do it because sometimes I'm ashamed of what I've done.
How do I do?
You make me feel like I deserve it.
What do I do when I
You get
visit?
inside me, Doctor,
What?
and it hurts. and you don't care.
The fuck is she talking? What?
No. The creature killed John.
Did you kill Dekker because you owed him money?
Why would I do that? Dr. Dekker transferred our loan agreement to Claire at Castleford. She bought him out. I owe her the money now.
Alright, true that.
I don't know why she did it, but Dr. Dekker got repaid, and now my agreement is with Claire. You should ask her.
I could never hurt anyone. You have to believe me, Doctor.
Shit. I really don't want to ask her. I don't want to say you're not insane, because this is some crazy shit. But I don't want to say you are insane, because this shit is so fucking crazy, it gotta be true. Like, what do you do? Should I just skip to the next day and just leave this here? Well, we kind of knew, like, since we talked out of order, we knew that Bryce took the notepad, so we know nobody else took the notepad. No, I'm sorry, Bryce didn't take the notepad. Eileen took the notepad, the prescription pad or whatever. Why, I can't remember what she said, but so killing Dr. Dekker for the money will be irrelevant because she no longer owes the money to Dr. Dekker. She owes it to Claire. But it would make sense for her to frame Claire. That way she can get out the money that way, you know? But we don't really know if she's framing Claire. And we don't really know why Claire did that. Other than to shut Dekker up. It's $15,000. That's probably nothing for her. I don't think you're insane.
I told you how grateful I'd be. But you need to fix my problem first. If they try me as sane, I'll be in prison for a long time. And then, how would you get your reward, Doctor?
What the fuck is my reward? Has anyone else turned up at your home?
You're a naughty one, Doctor. You know you visited my home. Why do you keep denying it?
I did not visit you at home.
Don't you remember? That's a shame. You had fun.
What did we do?
If you can't remember, I'm certainly not going to enlighten you.
Okay, well, how well do you know Claire?
She's the woman that took over the loan I had with Dr. Dekker.
Alright, let's go next day. Well, no, we ain't going next day. We gotta accuse somebody. Who murdered Dr. Dekker? Bryce thinks it's Dekker. No, but he thinks it's Dekker after the fact. low key think it's Jaya. I don't think it's Nathan to an extent. I kind of think it's Eileen, but I kind of don't. And she's just overall been a problematic to me personally. So one of these six did it. Or who had the reason to do it? I don't think it's Claire, because Claire said he wanted her to come and reanimate her. Maybe it was Jaya. It's either Jaya or Mariana. And I say Jaya because Jaya is on and on about that psychokinesis, whatever the fuck. She seems to know a lot more than what she had let on. Eileen took the notepad, but who wrote the fucking threats? Nathan knew about the threats. But why would he tell us? And somehow Bryce is writing his own prescription out on the notepad. But you didn't see no damn threats? That was weird. How are you not seeing threats on a notepad that you're writing on? Alright, it's process of elimination here. Claire, I'm not gonna pick you. Nathan, I'm not gonna pick you. I still don't see why she would take the notepad. I still don't understand why she's taking the notepad. And then she don't know shit about the threats. Like these two, man, they're all in on it, bro. I'm gonna say Jaya. I don't care. Let's see it. I don't care.
Doctor, we've had a bad day, haven't we? If you think I'm guilty, then one of your patients must have you just where they want you. I'll forget this indiscretion and go and put the kettle on. And perhaps you can have a lie down or something.
Is it not Jaya? Okay. Alright, Jay, I'm sorry. Even though you hella sus. Alright, I said I wasn't gonna pick Claire. Alright, Lee, you're next.
No, you've got it all wrong. I'm not a murderer. I'm a good person. I help people. Why would I want to kill Dr. Dekker? Without him, I'd never have started shifting. Anyway, I had the prescription pad just in case, so there was no reason for me to kill him. I'm really shocked you thought it was me.
You have the prescription pad, and you didn't see them threat. That's the problem that happened, bro. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me pick somebody else. Do I go with my first choice? My first choice was her.
I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I can see why you may have thought that because of the money I owed him.
No, not because of that.
But I wouldn't murder somebody to make a debt disappear. That's not something normal people do, is it? Besides, I was growing on him. I think if we'd have had more time together, he would have seen I am a sound investment. What do you think, Doctor?
I think you should focus more on trying to get help instead of being fucking flirty all the goddamn time. How about that? Hold on, let me go through my notes. Damn, yo, this ain't looking good, Claire. It ain't looking good at all. It's really not. Let's go with Nathan.
I'm not sorry he's dead, but I didn't kill him. I can't believe you're accusing me. The thought of being in an office alone with him late at night creeps me out. I'm hardly going to suggest it, am I? You're going to have to look elsewhere, Doctor.
Fuck my life. Claire, did you fucking kill this man? Claire, tell me you didn't do it.
I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. If anything, I'm guilty of not bringing him back to life. And that's,
that's right, I
manslaughter
forgot.
at best. Good luck proving my talent, Doctor.
That's right. That's why we said we didn't want to pick her.
Dr. Dekker deserved to die.
Look at this
I'm not saying
motherfucker
I
right
did such a thing. Not something that I would confess to now whilst being recorded. But I'm happy to reaffirm that his death was necessary. Well, more than death, really. If I only knew where his body had gone. Now I can't be sure. I can't be sure that he's absolutely dead. The girl, chained in his basement. She'd most definitely have killed him given half the chance. I suppose if I teleported into his office one night to write myself a prescription and had run into Dr. Dekker himself, that I might have killed him then and there with the nearest available weapon. And in doing so, would be accoladed as the hero, not the villain that you're making me out to be. But we shall see, Doctor. We shall see. Good luck catching a man who can teleport when he wants to, though. Or maybe you don't think that I can.
She told me that she's killing people, and now I'm stuck in the same day. Can you imagine? Every day she greets me like we're so in love. I know what she's done. I know what she's going to say to me later in the evening. It's over. I can't be with her. But part of me likes it repeating. It's normal.
I'm not really sure what you'd call it. Mutually assured delusions? I think Dr. Dekker was projecting his weird fantasies on me, and it was just going to be easier to go along with it. To participate. I feel much better now I know I didn't hurt anyone. I didn't hurt anyone. Did I?
Terry's been promoted to night sister. She hadn't been in, and I thought she was off sick, but apparently she was on a course. So, she's my new boss now. I've already started looking for other jobs. It's no secret Terry hates me. But, you know, gotta be positive about it. I could have a completely fresh start. There's a job on the children's ward I'm going to go for.
There's no need to go over old ground. I understand. David died when I stabbed him, and everything else since, everything else that's happened, that was all me. David, Anushka, Anushka's father, Iris. What's next for me, Doctor? How do we cure what I have? By all accounts, and thanks to a very unfriendly jury, it seems like we're going to have quite a lot of time to figure that out.
What I want to know is, how did you know which patient was the murderer? I mean, they all lied to you, didn't they? I'm just glad it's business as usual around here and I'm not having to look for another doctor again. It's embarrassing. Dr. Dekker almost caught me writing the advert for his replacement.
The curse continues at Dr. Dekker's psychiatry practice, where another physician has been murdered by a patient. Found by night cleaning staff, Dr. Dekker's replacement was pinned to the chair with a paper spike, in what police are describing as a copycat murder. Jaya. You're supposed to be looking after them. How many more do we have to go through before you get a good one?
This little ending was totally good. Hold on, they showed a little girl. Why didn't we get a chance to talk to her? Or did we? I can't remember. The power of deduction. Hinty aftertaste. Alright, well, that's that. I'm kind of curious that if the replay will actually... You know how sometimes you watch a movie and then the second time you watch it, you picked up on things that you didn't catch the first time? I think that there's a lot of that going on in here. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. Unfortunately, I just really just pinned it on everybody but the person. So, but I think when I played through it the first time, you know, obviously everybody's meant to look really sus or whatever, but Jay was still sus. I don't care. She hella sus. I don't believe that it was been two of them working together more than anybody. But anyway, guys, I'll talk to you later. Hope you guys enjoy YouTube. You guys will probably see this in a couple days. Bye.